episode 1 of converting the new Transporter until you guys, the Volkswagen community that is, accepts it as one of their own. We have 5 upgrades to the new Transporter today, and I'm going to go ahead and say that they should all be cross-compatible with the new Ford Transit. And that is because, I'm not sure if you've heard, but that is in fact a co-build with Ford. 2 of the items today are specifically sold as Ford Transit parts. I'm just hoping that they will in fact fit on the new Transporter. And I don't know, and I genuinely don't know, because the information just isn't out there yet. That's kind of what this whole series is going to be, finding out what is and what isn't. The new T7 flush sliding window from Camperglass. This thing is gorgeous. I've never had one of the flush sliding windows. When you pull the little triggers on the inside, it pops in and slides along. I will show you that shortly. I'm not going to give you a full how-to video on this because there are so many already out there. There are 30-minute videos on how to fit a window. What I am going to do is now cover my face with some footage and narrate what I think is the cleanest window install that you could ever think to do. Before that installation slideshow begins and before your installation begins, there's a couple of things that you must make sure you do, and not many people mention this when they're making their window install videos. Get it out the box. Check that there are no damages from leaving the warehouse and ending up at your doorstep. Life can happen is the nicest way to put that. And also, place it up against your van. Double check that it is the correct glass. People are only human. It may have been packed incorrectly at the warehouse. You may have ordered the wrong one. That has happened. I have, in fact, in the past, ordered a blank by accident when I wanted a window. Totally my fault. Quite lucky they accepted it and it went back and there was no breakages and I didn't have to pay for anything. But if you cut a hole in your van and the piece of glass that you've got is wrong, well, that's going to be a long day, isn't it? You're going to want to sheet down as much as you possibly can. While I'm not going to create much swarf in this video, and I'm going to show you how, the less bits of metal that you have floating around in places that you can't reach, the better. So see how here I have sheeted down as best as I possibly can. I am not going to use a jigsaw, a recip saw, and I'm certainly not going to use an angle grinder in my brand new van. We're going to use one of these things. They're a little bit tricky to master and they give you serious arm pump by the time you are done, but look how clean it cuts through this metal. And if that line isn't as true as you would love, don't worry, because this can be taken care of once the panel is cut. I will not be drilling a series of holes and joining the dots together with a jigsaw. I will in fact be drilling one larger hole. This will allow me to get a nibbler inside. The nibbler, while being noisy and once again slightly tricky to master, is absolutely fantastic. It creates no sparks, no swarfs. All it really does, leave these little toenail-sized clippings behind. And be careful, if one goes up into your knee, they can be quite sharp. We deburr the edges, just like we would anytime we drill a hole or cut a panel in our van. Time to clean up those edges. There are alcohol wipes supplied in the window fitting kit, although if you are converting a van or doing one or more jobs on your camper van, I strongly advise getting yourself a bottle of IPA. Absolute essential when it comes to doing jobs on your camper van. It cleans up any kind of residue, making every surface ready for whatever bonding agent you are ready to use. What I opted to do was put a 25mm masking tape border around not only the area that the window will be on the van, but also the edge of the glass. This way I know that my primer and the bonding agent will be in the exact same position. Go ahead and feed the rubber edging trim all the way round, mark it. I would always add a couple of mil, make sure that this isn't too short, cut it and then reinstall. Apply your silicone nice and tall, continuous, with no gaps. Grab that glass and push that bad boy home. Wow, this thing is absolutely lovely. All we do here, see how it comes towards you? Look how smooth that is. I opted for flush sliding window here, and then in fact a fixed piece of glass on that side, and there's good reason for that. I always get asked, why would you put that side and what this side, what should I do? It's personal preference, but I am going to be having seats for passengers in the rear. So this is directly accessible from that seat as opposed to reaching over any kind of furniture. And call me mad, this side of the van is very, very busy. I'm having stuff on the roof. I love having an awning. You've got the sliding door there. It's busy. It's filled with cuts and shapes and things like that. In my head, I love the idea of having one side that's really smooth. Almost like a different van on this side to that side. I think you're going to see pictures and thumbnails of this side of the van more than ever, because there are no kind of panel gaps and things like that. The window is smooth, there's no awning. If you are hoping to get yourself a bit of discount, whether or not it be on this van, the Ford Transit, or any of the transporters from before, and even crafters, you are going to need to use the new code. New project, new code. UAO T7. You might not want to accept it as a T7, but if you want money off, you are going to have to use the code UAO T7. Next thing on the list, and I'm not going to blow anyone's mind with this, but it's floor mats. Now this is one of those items that I bought which are in fact transit specific. I don't know if they'll actually fit. No, I don't think they do. I have no idea what I've actually bought here. It's like the worst Tetris ever. I thought that they went up that way, but they seem to clip together and go that way. I don't know how I've done this. Again, going back to number one, where I say you can order the wrong thing, you know, don't order the wrong glass and cut a hole in your van. I have ordered second row rubber seats, total flop. But THQ, they do seem to do fronts. Anyone want to buy second row rubber mat for T7 / Ford Transit? And I think this is how my story of this van's going to go a little bit. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. I mean, that was my mistake. I don't quite know how I missed that. Why I've ordered rear. I'm sure on the old van, when you pressed that button and held it, the windows went down. Definitely not a Volkswagen. Come on. Maybe a double tap? I don't know. Look at that. Maybe it is a Volkswagen. Who knows? Right, the next part is also specific to a Ford Transit. And it's those HEKO wind deflectors. I like them. Not everyone likes them, but I think they look cool. Now you may say, well, they are going to be the same because it's the same window and the same glass. But I don't know if you've noticed, on the Ford Transit, this window shape is a bit different. That's not to say that that top shape is different, but again, do they fit? You get one sticky double back there and one sticky double back there, I believe. So let's peel both of those off. On the last van I did the HEKOs on, I think the video was actually dubbed like a no tool video. All we're going to do, I know I've changed my sentence, but it was dubbed like a no tool video, and you could get away with fitting these with your car key. Your car key, not the colour, your car key, flip it out and use that to push the clips in. But the car key, oh, maybe you could use, genuinely, I do actually have a screwdriver in my pocket ready to use instead, but I might be able to get away with doing that. That's a bit of a nice flat surface, you see it? You get that clip there and you push that in between the HEKO and the van itself. Where should I choose? I'm going to choose somewhere over here. Now, also in that previous video, I mentioned that I lost my set of clips once upon a time. You can buy these clips individually on Amazon. So if you did lose them or want a couple more, oh, I was just about to do it. I was just about to do it then and I turned it off. Oh, was it hitting? Right, let me grab you guys, because I'll tell you exactly what it was. It was this little flap. Now I know there's a lot of black on black, so you might not see it, but that there, I had my HEKO the wrong side of there. It was like caught up in that rubber, so now it's not very nice though on the way in. Not blown away by that, if I'm honest. And that is HEKO, which are well known. So what I've had to do, remember them clips like I said that are readily available? I might have to buy some more. I've used all 4 clips on one deflector. What I've done is I've put 2 extra ones on here because it seems to be kissing this edge on the way in. And what I'll do is I'll run with just one for a minute and see if that gets any better. See if it kind of, just the briefest of touches. It might kind of push its way home, but I'm not holding out any kind of faith. What do they look like? I quite like the way they look, if I'm truthful with you. Especially the look that I'm going for. And again, they were the kind of best in the market. Next little job is these little side marker indicators. Now, I watched a video, a Mitch Fitz video. Simples. So the bulb, once you've removed that, which just pulls out, no twisting or anything like that, that wire replicates the end of that bulb. Very clever, in fact. I don't think you can get it the wrong way around. I'm just going to push that back in. Oh, that's cool. That reassuring click. Now what I am going to do, before I go any further, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll quickly change the other side and turn the ignition on, turn the engine on, and just make sure that it didn't bring up a light or anything like that. It shouldn't do. The promise is that it hasn't or won't. Now, it's one of those modifications that no one's going to come over and say, oh, nice indicators, mate. But all added together with the look of the van, they all add up. They all make a difference. So sleek, and the fact that they're sequential, gorgeous. Similar kind of upgrade on the rear. Oh, by the way, just checked, no warning lights as of yet. Similar kind of upgrade on the rear. There's a light up there. I hope you can see it. Can barely see it, in truth, but it is bright red, and it sticks out, it stands out, like it's waving at you like that. Ooh, look at me, I'm a bright red light. I've got a black one. That's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie to you. Also, maybe I'm suggesting it should have come like that from factory if they had an ounce of like imagination about themselves, but look at that. I believe, looking at the back of here, I'm learning all of this. I'm not gonna lie, as a YouTuber, when I do these tutorials and installation videos, I'll do my research first. So I might watch 3 videos, take tiny bits of tips and tricks from all of them and create what I hope to be the all-in-one perfect install. But I haven't got that option on this van. So I believe there's 3 bolts, 10mm from the underside. 3 bolts, little electrical, you know, pinch it and release. Now, I did see a Mitch Fitz video, I'm not gonna lie. I need to take off that rubber there and just reinstall it in the channel. I am going to add a bit of brute force on these because there's a big gasket, and I bet that gasket is the difference between water coming down through these holes and not. Is that level? I mean, you can't even see it, but I think that's the point. Proper murdered out. Absolutely lovely, that. Jump up in there, kid. Sit on it like you're going to drive.
Okay.
That's it. Ready? Here we go. See the foot pedals?
This one?
That's it. That's called the brake. Can you push it? Right. Okay. Stay there. Don't push it too hard. It's a Ford. You'll break it. Off. On. Off. On.
What?
Smashed it. You did really well. What should you tell the viewers?
Please subscribe for Daddy's channel.
You've been told. And discount code Transport HQ UAO T7. I think that is the first round of upgrades done. All 5. Thanks for your help. What a legend. Only a real dude can get away wearing yellow footwear. Look at him. I think that's it for this week. Please do consider subscribing, like the boy says, and do follow this journey. That was hard for me to conjure up 5 for you guys. I have loads coming. Literally in 2 days' time, I'm on a bit of a road trip, and I'm going to get 2 major things done to this, one after the other. So yes, see you next Tuesday.